There's very few companies that come along that can do what we're doing right now. I think we're going to educate people. I think people are going to feel better. They're going to perform better. They're going to look better. And I think it's going to start with BullFit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We got a really special No Bullshit, Just BullFit podcast today. I'm Josh Graves, co-founder of BullFit. With me, I've got my two co-founders in crime here, Harrison Mitchell, Ben Wilkinson. With us always, Todd the pharmacist.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, Todd?
So good. I am so pumped to have all three of you on the show at the same time so we can learn a little bit more about BullFit, how it got started.
This has been a dream of yours for a while.
Forever.
At least since you were, what, 4?
4 or 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, just waking up in a sweat.
Just thinking one day I'm going to get all three of them on at the same time.
Is that a real dream,
really
or
happened.
was that?
It's going to be like a giant
Fake.
BullFit podcast sandwich.
Oh,
yeah, we read it in your diary.
Thank you.
We could probably redo that whole intro.
That was great.
Okay, so let's talk about how we got started, and let's go through that first. You know, we've been friends since we were teenagers, kids, and we've always loved working out, especially Josh. And Josh was always especially
Are you talking about yourself in third person?
really buff. And
Yep, he's talking
we
about himself.
all wanted to be like, just kidding.
No, this is real. Yeah,
right.
no, this
Yeah,
is real.
after Harrison and I explained what the gym was, and you started going.
Yeah. Now let's take it back to, 2000 and
Probably 1999.
1999.
So let me ask
was
you
really
guys,
skinny.
how did you guys actually meet? Was it in school? Was it in sports? Was it in, how did you guys actually meet?
School. It was
School.
a school.
Yeah.
School. But Josh, you know the details the actual story better. You
Yeah.
tell us.
Me and Harrison had a mutual friend, and we went to the same birthday party in middle school. That's how I met Harrison back in 8th grade.
Okay.
And I moved away during 9th grade from Draper into St. George, and then came back sophomore year. And I met Ben immediately in sophomore year in the
In the
auditorium, in the
Yeah.
gym. Not auditorium, the gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met at the gym.
The school.
So,
Yeah.
It's poetry.
But I
Yeah.
saw him, he was cracking jokes with 2 of his friends. And I'm like, oh, that guy looks cool. And we went over and I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, I don't know. He was saying a Zoolander joke, or not a Zoolander. You were saying some type of a joke, and I finished your joke because I knew what movie you were talking about.
Yeah.
And this is
We're
right
already
before
finishing each
Zoolander.
other's jokes.
Yes. And then we started talking about GoldenEye, and we're like, okay, well, let's see who's the best, and invited you over.
You talking like James Bond,
Yeah.
Nintendo 64,
The
GoldenEye?
OG
Yeah.
Oh, man.
first person.
The OG first person shooter.
Yeah.
Classic.
Odd job.
So you came back, met
I knew
Ben.
where people would spawn, so I definitely won. And he might not remember that, but I definitely.
Yeah. I feel like Josh collects memories that he made up.
Yeah, that's how we met. Though.
So you move away, you come back, you meet Ben at the gym. Where does Harrison
That's,
come back into the picture?
Well, Harrison was always there.
Okay,
He never left.
so he never left.
We
I
lived
was,
right
I
next
was
to each
laying
other.
by the pool.
We live right next to each other, so
okay.
we could be.
You came up
At
to
each
me when I
other's
was
house pretty
tanning, and you're like, I like to tan too.
Oh yeah, that's what it was in Draper.
Yeah.
Oh
Draper
yeah,
Pool.
Draper Pool.
Did you? We went to Draper Pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all went to the same high school, but we went to different middle schools.
Okay.
So I met Josh first.
No, we went to the
And then
same middle
Josh-
school.
Oh,
went
yeah,
to-
yeah. I went to a different
You went to
middle
Indian
school.
Hills, right?
And then we all three went to the same high school. And then Josh was like, oh, I have this really cool friend. You should come hang out at his house. That's how I met Harrison. And
He
then-
was really cool.
Yeah, and he was really cool.
He was way
And we just cracked jokes the whole
Me
night.
and Harrison used to tan all the time, though. We used to go to tanning beds all the time. I think that's what he's
Circling back to that.
Gym,
detail.
tan, laundry.
So, no,
was
me and Harrison, we would literally go walk to Golden Tan from our house.
We had passes.
We had passes.
like punch pass.
We had to go to
Yeah.
tanning twice a week.
We
That was
always
our
get the
thing.
11th free.
This is puka shell time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ben was a little bit of a drive, so we couldn't walk to his house,
Yeah.
and he's really white, so he's totally not going to tan very well. So he would not tan with us.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. And Harrison's part Polynesian, but he still felt compelled to add more.
Yeah.
He's like, I need more melanin.
So friends through high school. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys graduate, go on, get married, start families.
Yeah.
How did you guys come back together? Because we don't all live in the same area now. How did you come back together? Where did the idea come from? How did BullFit really get started?
I found Josh on Grindr.
Well, like, what are you doing here?
I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, it's been a while.
I'm just getting info, like, about how cool, like, marketing info.
No,
for business ideas on here. Are you doing the same thing?
We get together and play ping pong. That's actually
Okay.
real. Josh was pretty good at ping pong. Ben was super good. We would do
Harrison's crazy good.
tournaments. It sounds nerdy, but there was always tons of girls there. They loved ping pong.
That's actually true, yeah.
Yeah. Like our wives.
I think we're,
Okay.
yeah,
Those are the girls, yeah.
and coworkers.
Tons of
They were
wives
forced to
there.
be there.
So you guys stayed in contact then throughout the years after high school, is what it sounds like. Okay. So
Yeah,
stayed
Josh
in
would hit me
contact.
up. He'd be like, you want to trade Pokemon cards? I was like, not really into that anymore. He's like, what about Pogs? I was like, dude, you gotta stop living in the 80s, man. Yeah. 80s and 90s have passed.
Yeah. Well, that's because I had a Charizard foil card, and he didn't want to. Yeah, that's really.
If you didn't believe us before, now you know for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't remember how we reconnected, but it was, let's see, a year ago
Well,
or 2 years
It was a
ago.
little over a year ago,
A year ago? I can't remember.
because I came into the picture a year ago.
We always wanted to start a supplement company.
Okay.
We got together a couple years ago. We're like, oh, we should do a supplement company and come out with something that's actually good for you, clean ingredients, and actually works.
Love it.
yeah, and I had been taking Harrison to Lifetime, showing him the ropes of Lifetime here and there,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, this is the front desk. The weights are
Yes.
upstairs.
Yeah. He introduced me to Larry.
Yeah.
Larry was awesome.
No, we were working out, when he'd come down, we work out together, and we started kind of just connecting the dots. We were all talking about pre-workout and what we do like or don't like. Some of it will make you sick to your stomach. Like, yeah, that sucks. Or some will get you all spracked out, and then you have that huge crash after. And Ben's like, I don't know, Josh, you probably shouldn't take all this caffeine. Or you probably shouldn't do this.
That is true.
You might be crashing a little bit hard at night. We're not getting your focus at night or whatever. So we're like, yeah. So we definitely let's create a pre-workout that's going to be good for you and something you can take, all the time, every day at least, and not get those type of crashes. And for me, I'd been doing like cells at a high level, and I always, it's really important that I stay up for the rest of the day. We
Love
wanted
it.
to make sure we had something out of nootropic blend that would keep you up for the rest of the day too.
Okay.
That was important. We're all talking about stuff that's like really important to us. And for me, I probably started with it not being super like clean or whatever, but Ben would be like, oh, I think we really need it to be clean. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll come down on the caffeine content if you're willing to compromise on this or whatever. And then we just go back and forth and played.
Well, we
Yeah,
had
a lot of
complementary perspectives too, I think, because you understand pre-workouts. I mean, you've taken so many, you understand the effects. You work out like crazy, you're freaking jacked.
Way jacked.
So we just combined all of our different perspectives and angles and really tried to make something that would perform at a different level and then be cleaner, like you were saying, and more effective and not make you crash. And so,
And Josh pushed for creatine.
yeah.
He really wanted creatine in there. And at the time, we were having to take separate pre-workout, and then you got to dump creatine in it too. And we were tired of that. And I wanted my skin and nails to look better, so we added some collagen.
Yeah,
I was
that
tired
was,
of having not good skin and nails.
Yeah.
So that helped. And no
Manicures.
pre-workouts have collagen that I've seen. And it's really great for your gut. What else? Good for
Joints, gut,
joints,
absolutely. Skin, hair, and nails. Don't forget those, of course.
hair.
But yeah,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the gut, right? You're putting so many ingredients in your gut. that collagen is going to create that environment to help you absorb and then utilize those ingredients.
Which is by
love
default,
collagen.
because we were really thinking about our skin, you know?
I know.
We're thinking about our skin, and like
tripped over that
all of a
little
sudden, like we're taking, we're like, oh, our stomachs feel really good.
Yeah, it was a-
You know, this
we're trying
doesn't
to
hurt my
reverse
stomach.
the effects of tanning in the tanning beds.
Yeah.
Like, how do
All
we?
those years.
Oh,
Love it.
we probably went through 40 punch passes.
Okay, so you guys have this idea for a clean and effective pre-workout.
Yeah. All in
Different
one.
views, but very synergistic if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is really cool. But what's in your guys' backgrounds for you to think that you can create a company out of nothing like this? Josh, what did you do in your background?
Mine is heavy inside cells.
Okay, inside sales.
Yeah, inside cells, and you know, I'm a people person.
Uh-huh.
I met you about a year before we started the company,
Mm-hmm.
and just randomly saying, "Oh, you look like a cool dude," you know, like, "What's your name?" "Oh, I'm Todd Linsky," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm Josh. Nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. Anyways, that's what I've been doing is predominantly cells. I
Okay.
did timeshare cells inside timeshare cells, and mortgages for a long time, real estate agent,
Uh-huh.
and then retail cells. I started with retail cells, RC Willie,
Very cool.
and door to door. So a plethora of different sales positions. That's been me. And then Harrison started off a company called.
I actually started at a company called Wasatch Pizza, and that's where my love for combining different ingredients came together. So everyone thinks these were just normal pizzas. These were gourmet. We're talking artichoke hearts.
We're talking food science is what we're talking
We're
about.
talking some of the best.
Okay,
it's
It's the best part about it was the desserts though.
the dessert pizzas were to die
They had like
for.
the peanut butter bar. You remember the peanut butter chocolate
I
bars?
can taste it right now.
Remember how many times we were like, "Hey, can we take one?"
Yeah. So yeah, I would be back there. I mean, during the summer, the oven crazy hot, just
Just powering
kneading
through.
the dough.
Mm-hmm.
It was a high quality dough, dumping all the ingredients. You came up there a couple times, right?
And Harrison would be like, how
Manager
can
would
I?
be like, "Where's all the damn cookies? Where did they go?"
Yeah.
There's your stupid friend Josh come back here.
Yeah. So that's where it all started. Anyway, then so background in branding, just e-commerce, building companies, some different things, sourcing, and like product development.
Okay.
Kind of what. Yep. And but really, pizza is where it started.
Where it started. I love it.
Yeah. And we both worked at GNC actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
there
forgot
you go.
about that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so crazy.
Yeah.
Ben was selling corn.
Oh yeah. I
first.
sold corn on the street corner. You know those kids that
Yeah, of course.
I was one of those kids. It's one of the best jobs ever actually at that age. They
Dude
pay
can
you
husk.
cash.
Uh-huh.
Dude can husk.
Yeah.
Corn
You
Husker.
can husk his corn better than anyone.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
People come up with like, hey, I want a baker's dozen.
yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Show them your forearms.
Forearms? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from husking. I don't know.
Look at that thing.
People say, "Oh, is that natural?"
Nah, nothing
Oh, that's
natural
a
about it.
husker's arm.
Yeah.
I love how you showed your forearm.
Yeah, this is it.
It's just like
Yeah, but we, so
most
we
guys
were.
would be like, you're like, yeah.
It's here.
That was one of my favorite jobs. It was super fun. You're teaching people about all these different ingredients and products, They're like, how do I get big? I don't know, but try this stuff. Because there wasn't a lot of science back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, here's some weight gain. Everyone's like, how do I put on 25 pounds? I'm like, dude, Chocorama's down the street, or you can try this.
Yeah, the weight
gainer
gainers.
shakes. I remember
They would
that.
sell like crazy.
Yeah.
It was either weight gainers or hydroxycut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
One or
like,
the
yeah,
other.
combined for best
Those are the
results.
best days, Anything goes back then.
Gain it, lose it.
Yeah.
That was right when ephedrine got banned too. People would always come and ask about that.
Yep.
Like, is this the ephedrine hydroxycut? I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It's illegal
sorry.
now.
Just
Yeah.
missed it.
So with the background in sales, we got pizza and we got husking corn. You come
Yeah,
together.
I want to redo
Wanting to
mine,
create
too,
a-
actually.
wanting to create a supplement company.
Yeah.
Where did BullFit come from? The name, the logo, something so iconic, simple but yet strong. How did that come about?
Well, yeah, we were just riffing and trying to come up with a clever name.
Uh-huh.
And we've come up with a lot of names, different ideas. We're just going through that process and just going through back and forth. And we wanted something that was clever, but short and memorable, but something that also had like evoked a feeling, maybe power, stamina, strength, but also something that we could have a bit of a play of words and that was entertaining. And
We first came
really-
up with Cowfit, and then we looked at Josh and we go, wait, this doesn't sound right.
Go.
Go
BullFit.
BullFit. GoFit. So BullFit. Yeah, we actually were going down like a Viking path with
Yeah.
names. We were trying to figure out like what are some really cool, things that we could play off of, and then I don't know. I mean, bulls are really cool. They're pretty big. They're pretty buff.
They
Like
get up to
Ben-
4,000 pounds.
They could.
Yep.
Yeah,
they
they're
can.
huge.
Mhm.
Plus, like the rodeo bulls are really tough. And so that's actually with that's what Bodacious is named after, is a rodeo
Yeah.
bull.
Oh.
It's
Famous
also like a
rodeo
cool '80s word.
Mm-hmm.
That people like to use back then.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure, we kind of kept with that bull theme. And
Yeah. There are smaller animals out there.
there's a few of them.
Yes.
Yeah, we're like, Rabbit Fit was one idea, but
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I loved when you guys presented it to me is when you think of a bull, it's like you said, you think power, strength, but that goes in markets. So you think stock market, you think economic health, financial health, you think power, strength. It goes across the board, right? As far as strength, growth. So it's, once again, so simple, but yet such a powerful symbol that it's brilliant. I think people see it, they remember it. And I'm sure you guys are getting it all the time. People are like, hey, you're that brand. You're that BullFit brand that we see, that big bullhead. So I think it's very clever. And like you said, you can play kind of with the BullFit, have some fun with it, make it funny, make it entertaining, while at the same time maintaining that strength and that power behind the bull itself. So very, very
yeah.
cool.
well, thanks, man.
Love it.
We're excited about it.
So you got the name, you got this idea. How did the company come about?
You're wearing one of our first marketing pieces.
Sure am.
Yeah, you're one of the first people to start wearing it really immediately. I came up to Todd. I'm like, I got this vision. I think he will be a great addition to the company. He's a pharmacist and he's jacked,
It made sense.
and he wears Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
shirts to the gym. So
That
he's
I
a
do.
good guy.
Yeah, Josh called us. I remember the day you called. It was right after 7 p.m. I just got done eating a protein shake, probably, most likely. And then he says, dude, I got this guy.
Yeah.
His name's Todd. I was like, okay, that's a cool name. He's like, he's a pharmacist. I was like, it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and he's jacked. I was like, okay.
It's like his brain is even bigger than his biceps.
It was why, yeah.
like-
So when we saw you, we met you, I was like, dude, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Good energy.
Good energy.
Good dude.
Todd the
Good
pharmacist.
physique.
Well, thanks, guys.
Good brain.
Yeah.
Kind of had it all.
And then I had the idea, hey, will you put your signature on our pre-workout? Also, can you
yeah.
be part of the company? You're like,
And I came jumping, came running. I love it.
I had to exercise some sales skills, but yeah, you came on.
So today, where's BullFit out right now? And where do you three see in the next 5 to 10 years where BullFit could be?
So we launched our first product in January, and we've been growing like crazy. People love it. Everybody seems super excited about the brand. The feedback from customers has been incredible, and we're launching in some pretty exciting retailers. We're in Good Earth. We're going to be launching in GNC, and we're in Gold's Gym, and we're getting in a whole bunch of other gyms as well. We also have our hydration packs coming out. That'll be coming out soon, something we want to reveal today, and we're excited to talk about in more detail. And yeah, so things are going great.
And put it into perspective. You said we launched in January. Where are we at right now? How many months have we been launched for?
Say February.
July.
5 months.
So 5 months time.
Yeah, I mean it's growing pretty quick. People are, as soon as people try it, they really like it. But not having any of the negative effects as some of the other pre-workouts, and when they see the brand, they fall in love with it. So I think it's been a really positive response. And like Ben mentioned, we're launching our Hydrate product. That's going to be 4 flavors, and we'll get into more of that here shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the research and development that we did on the back end was insane.
Yeah.
We really want to emphasize that we spent a long time thoroughly going through everything to make sure it's perfect, using you as an advisor too throughout the process. And dude, everybody feels amazing on it. And it is the best pre-workout. Hands down. I have to take it every day.
And the new flavors we're testing right now, we're about to come out with, are phenomenal. I would literally sit on the beach and sip it before a workout. Oh, sorry, workout before, and then go to the beach.
Glad
You
we
just
clarified
keep
that.
drinking it. So
You could technically keep drinking it.
take Bodacious where you go work out, and then bring your cowabunga with you at the beach, because that is what's going to keep you going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You have more energy to beach. Yeah.
Beach it up.
Awesome.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where do you guys see the company going? What's kind of your vision, hope?
I mean, we've tried to build the company with the intention of being a market leader in mind. We want to set a new standard as far as quality, safety. We have extremely high purity, which is very rare. We use third-party testing, which is not common in the industry. We don't use sucralose, which is a sweetener that has been shown to destroy your DNA, potentially causing cancer. Not great research on that. And part of the reason is this industry just isn't that well regulated. So people just tend to aim for the bottom. So we're just trying to forget all that, not say what can we get away with, say what is the best product possible that we can create. And so we want to set that as the new standard. And so far the reception from customers is people just don't go back to whatever they're taking once they take BullFit. And we want to set that standard with every product we release, while having a fun, exciting brand that people are really passionate about and can be a recognizable household name, and continue to build.
We want to be in every cupboard in America.
Yeah.
But I think, and then with Hydrate, it's gonna cover a much wider variety of sports, customer base. A 70-year-old pickleball player could take hydration and the pre-workout, but Hydrate. What other sports are there? Water polo,
Trail running, curling.
Olympics are coming up.
They sure are.
Yeah.
This is perfect for the Olympics.
It is.
Okay, so the purity thing is really, really big. Obviously, we got the third-party testing. That is incredible. That's a lifesaver. That's something that we do. And if we have to change something up and it takes a little bit longer to come out with a product, we do that because it's going to be the right thing for the consumer. But to touch a little bit more on the purity side, we got a call from the manufacturer, and they said, how much filler do you want, when we're about ready to wrap everything up? Now, we couldn't believe they said that. We didn't understand it. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to us. We said, elaborate, and they say, oh, well, most people put in filler of X amount to make it look like they have way more per scoop, blah, blah, blah. And we don't do that. Ben, do you want to elaborate just a little bit on how we go through that process?
Oh, yeah. So they test it. I think the minimum is 97% that they test for. And then if it comes back 97, 98%, they just go ahead and add that back in.
So most people with the purity, they fill it with a filler, right? The difference between 100 and whatever that is. Is that
97.
right? 97.
Or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Usually the purity is much slower.
It could be like 50% pure,
Yeah.
and they're going to put in 50% crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty intense. So our minimum is 97%, but the supplier, when it comes back 97, 98%, they just fill it back in. So it usually is coming out at 100%, which is extremely rare.
So it goes up to 97, but then we put it up to 100%,
Yeah.
right about 100%. So the purity is as good as it gets.
And there's no filler whatsoever.
Oh,
At
yeah.
all.
No fillers.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
As pure as it gets.
Crystal blue.
Yeah, literally.
Crystal blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The raw material we receive is 97% purity. When it comes in, we test it to make sure that purity is actually what it's supposed to be. And then we go in, and so if we're saying we have 5 grams of creatine, right? whatever 97% of 5 is, what would you say that is?
Now say 4750.
So 4750 is what it would be if we were just to put in the 97%.
Which is not 5 grams.
Which is not. So then we take more creatine and get it up to the 5 grams.
Yeah.
Whereas most
with more,
other
with the creatine.
with more of the creatine.
Yeah. Rather than filler or, yeah.
Which I had never heard of a company doing. We're the first ones that I know of that actually does that exact thing.
Yeah.
That exact thing.
Yeah.
And the filler conversation was actually at our very first meeting with them.
Mm-hmm.
We said, here's the ingredients we'd like to use. And they said, what filler do you guys want to use? And we all looked at each other and we're like, what
filler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you think, what are you actually putting in your body with some of these other things? And that's why if you look on our label, it's so important that we have third-party lab tested, made in FDA registered facility, GMP. Those are super important certifications that, we're telling the consumer that this is a good product and we've tested it. We're doing all these things right, even though it's an unregulated industry to some extent.
And we have our calories dead on accurate too, because there's an ingredient called citrulline that a lot of companies are saying is 0 calories, but there is calories. Do you know why they do that, Todd?
One of 2 reasons. Either they don't know or they don't want to. So I think most people don't know that these ingredients contain calories. So that's maybe a better thought about it. Or companies know it and they want people to think that it's 0 calories. Legally, they don't have to put it on the label because, once again, it's not regulated. There's no one overseeing it. But when you're using an FDA registered facility, they could technically be audited anytime by the FDA. So if the FDA comes in and sees the labels that they're making for their products and they're not listing everything correctly, they could get in big trouble. And so when you see that FDA registered certification, it means that it's being done the proper way, and they're going to go into those details to explain every calorie that's being included. So I think most companies either don't know or they don't care and don't want people to know. You guys, I'm so excited to see where this company goes, how far it can go, the lives that can be reached, the health benefits that people are going to feel. I honestly believe we're changing the industry. I think there's very few companies that come along that can do what we're doing right now. I think we're going to educate people. I think people are going to feel better. They're going to perform better. They're going to look better. And I think it's going to start with BullFit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Todd, for letting us or for interviewing us here, and it was really cool to go over that. That ends our founder podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.